Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to our video about microscopy. We are the students from University Science Malaysia, majoring in biology, are going to show you guys a video on microscope uses in modern day. As we all know, microscope is famous among researchers, but did you know that there are other fields that uses it as well? There are other few types of fields that incorporate microscope use. One of the fields is jewellery. Boom! When working with gemstone, quality assurance is always a top priority. Using a binocular stereo microscope, they can look deeper into the stone for any unusual characteristic, which are signs of enhancement, filling, and etc. This unique inclusion acts like a fingerprint and helps easily identify certain gem types. After this test is completed, they can be almost 100% certain of the gemstone and its quality. LCD DG microscopes have advantages of 3D visual aid, comes with USB cords to save and transfer images, lightweight and colored LCD screen perfect for gemology fields. There is a latest technology called 3D digital microscope that observes the watch at different perspectives. Instead of having traditional 2D view with a simple measurement, it has a whole range of magnification as well as special features like 3D rotary head enabling 360-degree rotation around an object like to look inside the movement of watches. New development binocular stereo microscope have 3D effect implement with stereoscope approach that make it high resolution for one lens and the other one working on the depth of field. Thus, it is a super relevant for watchmaking. Another field is forensic. Forensic microscopy is most important technique used in forensic science to examine physical evidence. As made public by crime shows such as CSI and other forensic shows. Forensic microscopy includes the identification and classification of a wide range of materials and substances, impressions such as fingerprints, trace evidence such as hairs and fibers, fractured fragments such as broken tools, genetic markers, bullets, and handwriting. Tools employed in forensic microscopy vary from the basic low-power hand magnifiers to high-power electron microscopes. Primary tool used in comparing two objects side by side when two objects came from the same source. There is a link between possible suspects and the crime scene. It is also called forensic comparison microscope. Next is surgical microscope. Surgical microscope is a type of optical microscope specifically used for surgical procedures. It is usually used for microsurgery. Firstly, we have the neurosurgery microscopes. Next, we have the otolaryngology surgical microscope for ear, nose, throat surgery. We also have the plastic and reconstructive surgery microscopes. And lastly, we also have the dental surgery microscopes. The first person using a microscope for a surgery is the Norwegian otolaryngologist Carl Olof Sigrum Nilen, who adapted a monocular lid renal microscope in 1922 for inner ear surgery. Shortly thereafter, he switched to a binocular stereo microscope. World War II, ophthalmologists and vascular and plastic surgeons began using the microscope in the operating room, making further technical improvements. It was a relatively small group of pioneering neurosurgeons in the late 1950s and 1960s who transformed microneurosurgery from a revolutionary and unorthodox experiment into the standard of care in much of modern neurosurgery. Now, neurosurgeons are able to use better microscopes even when dealing with really delicate organs. The basic principle behind it that it uses a set of lenses just like a regular optical microscope, but it is accompanied with modern live digital imaging. The earlier version is basically functions like the normal stereo microscope. And that is all from us today about the microscope. I hope you had learned a lot about microscope and you enjoyed our video. Thank you, and don't forget to click the subscribe button for more.